Hello, gentlemen. Coach Tim coming to you with your weekly VIP update. And if you're new to VIP, just finished your round, great job. Welcome to VIP. If you're a social media guy, love to see you on the Facebook page. You can check that out. There's some other coaches in there and good place to get questions answered. We'd love to hear some wins. Tomorrow, as you know, is the day we celebrate non-scale victories. So tell somebody about a non-scale victory. What have you been able to see progress in this week? Did you hit a new PR? Did you track real well? Did you maybe say no to something that normally you would have indulged in, but you resisted it? Whatever it is, let's hear about it and let somebody know so they can encourage you in that. I gotta give a shout out to the Hawks. They're in the Super Bowl, and I'm from north of Seattle, so we're rooting for the Seahawks. I don't know if you're rooting for the Patriots or the Hawks, but curious what you're doing for Super Bowl Sunday. It's a definitely a day when there's all sorts of traditional football food out, and so have a plan. Is it going to be a day that you figure this is memories over macros, or are you going to go ahead and eat a little bit off plan? If you do, then make a choice, a conscious choice as to how you're going to do that. Don't just go whole hog and just stuff yourself but go ahead and enjoy a little bit of the things that you really like while you're watching the Super Bowl, and then just get back on plan on Monday and hit the ground running. Maybe you've been doing really well and tracking really closely, and you're seeing some progress, and you just don't want to whatever you want to call it, indulge on Super Bowl Sunday. That's okay too. There's no shame in saying, you know what, I am trying to meet some fitness goals, and I'm just gonna eat healthy today. Nobody's gonna shame me for that. And if they do, then just say, hey man, sorry, but I'm committed to this. Hey, I wanted to talk specifically for a couple minutes about activity level. Now, I'm not sure if you are aware of this or not, but your coach should have made you aware that when you got started, if you chose a moderate level of activity as you plugged in your determination of what your macros are going to be, and that moderate level of activity is based on 3 to 5 faster way workouts per week, plus 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day. Now, you won't see the 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day programmed in your daily workout, although we do have a tracker, but it is part of what determines a moderate level of activity. And so if you chose moderate based on the number of workouts you're doing, but you're not getting steps in, then your calorie levels are probably a little higher than they ought to be. And steps are important. They're not just important to cardiovascular fitness, but they're important to burning calories too, to keeping that weight off, to some weight loss. Research shows that once you get past 8,000, there's a benefit, but the benefit is minimal. Most of your benefit is going to come if you can get over 7,000 steps per day, and so if you can do that, that's great. If you just went out for a walk, it's probably an hour and a half walk, but maybe you're able to get a walk in the morning. We have a treadmill at home, so you get a good start on your day. You're going to get some steps in with some of your workouts, but not a lot. So it's going to require some intentionality to get some steps in. One of the most beneficial times to take a walk is right after a meal. Even if you can get out for 10 minutes after you eat, it'll really make a difference. In fact, movement in general will make a big difference to your health. They're saying that the sedentary lifestyle is kind of the new smoking. If you're sitting all day, now it's literally not giving you lung cancer, but it's really really bad for your health. And so maybe you can't take a big break at work, but if you can get up once an hour and just move for 5 minutes. If you're in an office building, go out and walk around in the halls for 5 minutes. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't take a break." Well, look, you get to go to the bathroom. So take a 5-minute bathroom break and then get back to work. But get up, get moving. But movement is really important. So I know for a lot of people, this is a rougher time of year to walk. It's cold. For some of you guys, it's like really cold. Where we live, it's wet. It's raining a lot. And so most days it's raining and it's probably low to mid 40s. A warm day, it might get in the low 50s. So it's pretty miserable outside to walk. You're gonna have to put rain gear on. So use a treadmill if you have access to one. I got a walking desk in my office. It's actually tough to do serious computer work, but if you've got some of the stuff you can do, you can get some stuff done and get some steps in. That's going to make a difference. If you can't get steps in, you got to talk to your coach about whether you need to tweak your macros a little bit. But do what you can. I got to be honest. I thought it was a little funny to hear from some of the folks back at headquarters this week in Florida as they were talking about, oh man, we got to make some modifications because of this cold weather. They do have some cold weather. They've had some below freezing weather down south, which is very unusual for them. But to be honest, I didn't feel too sorry for them because who knows, next week it's probably going to be in the 70s. And for most of us, we're stuck in winter here for a couple more months at least. So for a lot of people, you've already got a plan if you've got a movement plan. But if you can, get outside, take a walk, bundle up if it's cold. If you can't get outside, try and get a lot of movement inside. But that's going to make a difference to your progress. Hope you guys enjoy the Super Bowl this week. Go Hawks. And hopefully next time you see me, we're talking about a Super Bowl team in the Seahawks winning the Lombardi Trophy. So have a good week.